Hey guys, John here at Maker Central 2025. I'm here on a quirky tool hunt to find interesting things, some handmade tools I've never seen before, and meet some amazing creators and makers. There's some big names at Maker Central: Colin, Furze, Jimmy Diresta, Nerdforge. It's all exciting stuff, and I'm excited to get into the show and see what I can find. So, let's go and have a look. That's cool, isn't it?
You can only get that in the Western countries.
Pro kits. Yeah, it's like a little Leatherman, isn't it?
Yeah, and the torch still works as well.
Yeah.
So, since you can't get one in the UK, it's my favourite one. You can have it to add to your collection.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I got that exact one from Delaware Tool Exchange, and I think it was maybe $50. I wouldn't mind someone showing me what you actually do with that. It's a full-size finishing tool. It is that one that I have. But they're really nice quality turning tools. You can see the price of them, you know. You spend a lot of money if you buy a set of those, you pay £1,000. But I think it's a shame to have such nice tools and not know properly how to use them. So that will be something for the future.
We sold these as like a limited edition about a year ago.
Right. Oh, I didn't see it. It said
You know
on it.
JT, DMF Toolworks in Chicago?
I've heard that name, but I don't watch that channel.
He made the head and Liam Hoffman made the handle. And in the video, we had about 200 ready to go for sale. I made it seem like I made 3 of them in the video because I had a piece of stock enough to hold 3 heads.
Right.
So I milled up all 3 heads and then I drilled all the holes and then cut them apart and then made the handle. And then if you want to buy one, click the link and it looks just like it, but I basically redesigned it in reverse.
Too nice to use almost. So Michael's put that case together for his GCSE project, and he's used masking tape to grid out the foam and make it like absolutely perfect. Your cutting on there is exceptional.
Business gifts, we call them.
Yeah, well you've got to take a shadow foam one then. Where's our ones? Here you go.
Oh.
And that's a swap. So
Thank you.
You've got a shadow foam one now.
Thank you very much.
1 for 5. It's not quite
Yeah,
balanced,
it's okay.
but it's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you very much. How you doing? You okay? Yeah, of course. What's your name? Buddy, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Where do you want me to sign? I've not signed anything in a white marker. I'll see how it looks. Maybe up here, do you reckon? Oh, that writes really nicely. There we go. That's what I've started signing. John and then shadow foam. You got the 2. This is the 3D printed wall, which is going strong. I bet you're wondering how all these chunks are held in. Well, it's all shadow foam around the back. You can see down the back here, shadow foam is just doing the ticket, holding it all in. So there we go. Shadow foam is behind the scenes. It's also on the shop counter. Hey, you got some dirt left.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit.
That's surprising. So I definitely need some of that while I'm here. So I'll get one of those and I'll get a signed poster. That's looking pretty sharp. I think that is the pickup for the giveaway for this video. So I'll get 5 of these, 1 for me as well. And you know what to do, drop a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And that's all you've got to do. Don't matter where you are in the world, you'll be entered into the giveaway. And then we'll pick 5 winners and send them out to you. So yeah, let's get 6 of those. No, a lever. That's cool. We supply lever. They're one of our customers, but we don't have a Zollstock from them. Now, quick word from our sponsor, Metmo. It's not very often we get approached by a tool company to sponsor one of our videos, and Metmo are known for their high quality tools, made in the UK, and also bringing back to life some classic designs. Today though, we're looking at the Metmo driver and the Metmo pocket driver. Now, these things are pretty special. They describe them as the most satisfying screwdriver you can get, and I do have to agree. When I first opened the box, it kind of looked like a bit of a lightsaber. It gives you that vibe, pressing this button and then having a lightsaber fly at the end. But actually, it's a ratcheting screwdriver, but just a really well made made one. You've also got this handle that folds out the side to give you extra torque, and you can kind of use it as an old school bit and brace. I've seen a couple of guys on the internet with like a spade bit in this and just kind of using it as a classic drill. So this isn't your daily use scruffy screwdriver you'd be using to open paint tins. This thing really is precision engineered. It's a thing of beauty. You want to look at it. It's a bit pricey, but you're paying for the engineering of it. It's really good quality materials made in the UK, and you're not really just going to be buying this to use it as a screwdriver. You're kind of buying it as a collector's piece. A little bit of a treat for yourself, really. If you're going to spend the money on one of these, you're going to be looking after it, and it's going to be taking pride of place in your toolkit, as it will in mine. I think I'll be definitely putting this in some foam and looking after it. Now, Metmo have a lot of different tools on Kickstarter, and I do love Kickstarter products because it does generate some amazing innovations. The pocket driver is the same 1/4" bit, but a much smaller size, and I think in terms of an everyday toolkit, something you can carry with you, this could have pride of place in that kit because it's satisfying. It's a bit of a talking point, bit of a showstopper if you get this out of your daily carry toolkit, and it's also functional. It's a good quality piece of engineering. Not just a screwdriver, but a bit of a showpiece. Now, they both take 1/4" bits, but this one has that kind of EDC feel to it, like everyday carry. You could potentially have it with you because, like I say, it's a very functional fidget toy, really. It's got the same kind of handle that folds out to give you torque, but with this one, you can fold the handle out and put the bit in, or you can have it folded down and the bit still goes in the end there, and it still functions as a ratchet and screwdriver. So just a great bit of quality. It really feels nice and stout and heavy. This one comes with a couple of standard 1/4" bits. The big driver comes with a bit adapter, and then also comes with like a double-ended bit as well, so that's pretty cool. But Metmo have built a brand around quality and some classic engineering tools. This is a fantastic design. I believe this was designed over 100 years ago, and they've brought it into the 21st century, which is pretty cool. If you're interested in some real-made British tools and British engineering, and you'd like to get a driver or a pocket driver, we'll put a link down to Metmo's website in the description, so you can go and pick yourself up one. They've got loads of different options, and Metmo don't just have the drivers. They've got a bunch of interesting, quirky tools that all follow this similar theme, really. They're like rethought out, re-engineered designs from history that have been brought back to life and been made in the UK and improved. Do check out Metmo. We'll put a link in the description. It supports the channel and it helps us grow. And a big thank you to Metmo for sponsoring the video. Right, back to the show. How you doing? Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Oh, this demo is one of my favourites. Super.
Yeah.
Can you show us again?
I'll give
for
you the
anyone
demo,
who's not seen the Gyro Cut, let's have a look.
So it's got a 360-degree rotating blade.
Yeah.
You literally just use it like a pen, and it can cut all different materials like paper, card, vinyl, up to your much thicker stuff like fabric and leather, and it just cuts as you go.
It's still as good as the first time I saw it at the last show. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Can I have a go?
Of course.
I think that's the real test, isn't it? I mean, you've been doing this a lot.
Exactly, yeah. Well, the key is to keep it up nice and straight and literally just hold it and treat it more like a pen than a knife, really.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Made in the UK, this as well, isn't it?
All made in the UK. It was invented originally by my grandfather,
Yeah.
but my dad is now the manufacturer, yeah. So
Legend. Yeah, what was your granddad's name?
Edward Harvey, yeah.
Legend. I love it's amazing. A UK invented product and still made here in the UK.
Yeah, and
Let's
they're
have a
not
go.
cheap blades as well. They're all tungsten blades, so one of the strongest metals you can get. Don't have to move your wrist, you just treat it like a pen. And look at that, first time.
That'll do. All in the wrist, isn't it? Nah, amazing. Well, thanks very much for
mate.
showing
Good
us.
to see you.
If you want one, we'll put a link in the description to your website. Is it Crafty Products,
Crafty
isn't it?
Products, yeah.
Amazing. Thanks very much.
Thank you, mate. See you
See you,
soon.
mate.
Cheers.
James, you've got a booth this year.
Yes, yeah.
With some merch going.
Yeah, we've got a bit more of a complicated stand than last year, but
I love it. The sign's looking really cool as well, like with the pegboard and the...
yeah, and we got
really
some
slick.
t-shirts and yeah, got some various things. We've been making these key rings in the workshop.
You were saying this first bit of merch.
Yeah, so yeah, we've never done any t-shirts before or anything, and then we wanted to test out a few different things, see what works. If these things, for instance, were really, really popular, it would give us an idea of like people want to see us make actual model playing kits.
Yeah. So you're thinking about doing some Project Air ones?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And you've got two more. Well, before you, I'm going to buy one of these quick before
Yeah,
I'm
go.
holding up your queue here.
No, that's all right.
That is something that has caught my eye. Shogun, Japanese brand, that is totally new on me. 2-in-1 folding pocket saw and knife. It is kind of open. That is cool. It's like a straight razor. and then a small knife as well, made in Japan. I have seen quite a few folding saws. Tajima have got one, and then the Pocket Boy, which I really like, but that's a totally different one. Shogun with a knife in there as well. That's really cool, 33 quid. Nice to find a quirky tool and a new brand. They've got a few things here though, Japanese tools, some marking knives. I have recently just got the Blacktail Studio Damascus steel marking knife, but these are pretty cool. They're like £20, and they do look like, you know, really good high quality steel. You've got like this really cool patina on them. Some really cool stuff here, big old rasps. Here's some of the bigger kind of like folding saws. That's cool, made in Japan.
This is a Shogun, and it's
Yeah.
a folding pocket saw.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you unlock it, and you have two blades. So you pull the first one out, and it is a wood saw. It locks at 2 angles, and they're replaceable. And I can assure you that ideal for taking when you've got young trees, older trees, dead wood.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is in the
Bit of a
hand.
pruning
Yeah,
saw, yeah.
absolutely super. And if you're pruning it at a funny angle, you can get to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's great size, isn't it? I've not seen a pocket-sized folding saw. I've seen similar folding saws before, but that's really cool.
This is good for the pocket. And then, so if you're doing your gardening,
Yeah.
you don't want to use the saw. You want to be more subtle, and you want to put those little T-slots to graft things on.
Yeah.
You pull the other blade out.
It's like for grafting things or shaving. It's like a cutthroat razor.
Well, I was going to say, it is very much like a cutthroat razor.
It is, isn't it?
But it's Japanese steel. It is razor sharp.
Yeah.
It is absolutely superb.
So this thing is an absolute winner for me. I think I'll definitely take one of these off you.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you.
Got you this as well from Germany.
Oh,
This is-
right. Oh, gosh, you said about it.
I'll send you a picture about that.
This is
Do you have an SDS Max still?
Not that big, no.
Do you not? No, it's a pretty big old beastie thing, isn't it?
It is.
You've been digging that tunnel and you're missing out on a load of
We've
these.
been doing it all wrong.
Oh, dude, all wrong. You need some big flipping, yeah.
It does literally just look like a giant spoon, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But, you know,
Power
might
spoon.
have sped up the old tunnel build.
It might do. Yeah, because we need that. 6 months, I told the neighbour.
Yeah, yeah. We've been opposite your stand the whole show, and I've been itching to get over and see what's the story around Gloforce.
So Gloforce is a modular kit, originally designed about making sure you can always get light exactly where you need it.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is called the eye light. It's a battery rechargeable work light.
Yeah.
And I do these range of like goosenecks, clamps, magnets, stands, and you can just either you make it up to do what you need it to do, whether
Yeah.
it's like on a magnet here, or it can magnetize to their own stands like this.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can extend the gooseneck anything from like this size here on a little magnet,
Yeah.
going right up to this size here by just adding the goosenecks together.
And how long do these last?
So it runs for 3.5 hours on full power
Yeah.
or 7 hours on the half power setting. So we have full power like this,
Yeah.
3.5 hours, and then 7 hours on that setting there.
That is awesome. I love that. Quite often you just need light right in a very
Yeah.
specific space.
In hands-free as well, so
Yeah.
you can get on with your work.
Yeah, yeah.
But these, you can also take the magnets off there, you put the clamp on, and
Yeah.
then you can clamp it to your workbench. And I
Yeah.
do 2 different types of clamps. And then I do 4 different magnifying lenses, which has really been popular because you can not only get the light exactly where you need it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then you can get the lens in the perfect spot too.
So what are your show bundles? How does someone get into a Gloforce kit? What's the starter kit?
Well, either people can make up their own kit, so I do all the parts, and then
Okay.
people can some people go, right, well, all I need is just a really long gooseneck holder and then just the light.
Yeah.
But then I do these bundle kits, so I do like something called a kit 1, which means you can do everything you see on this table here.
Right, okay.
So it comes with a little metal base, it comes with 2 small magnets, it comes with 3 goosenecks. There's like 1, 2, 3 here, there's just 1 screwed into that one there. It comes with 1 light. It comes with 1 les, and you get 4 to choose from. But it also comes with this little clamp here, which is good for clamping onto like misshaped items, shelves, poles, sewing machine handles,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
sorts of different things.
Awesome.
And you can also bridge these 2 goosenecks together using this little adapter that comes in the kit, which means, now this is not for everyone, certainly not a fashion item, but you can put the light and the lens over your shoulders, so you've got the light and the lens right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like combo kit 1, and then I've got combo kit 2, and this combo kit 2 just comes with a bigger base, the bigger magnet,
Yeah.
another small magnet, and this table clamp.
Talk us through Gloforce then.
I started it 10 years ago, August this year, it's 10 years anniversary.
Yeah.
But originally designed the kit, like this was my original kit,
Yeah.
And it was for electricians, plumbers, mechanics, mainly just so you could have light hands-free hanging on a consumer unit or boiler. Or hanging off the car, and I did like a larger version, and it's evolved from there. So I started after a while doing like, okay, it'd be handy to have a clamp with it.
Yeah.
It'd be handy to extend the goosenecks. And it wasn't until like about 2.5 years ago I started developing into a magnifying range and developing into like a modular kit.
Well, I think I'm sold. I really, really like it. The only thing is, I think I want a combo kit with that really powerful magnet.
I think the best kit is the Ultra kit, okay?
Yeah.
So you get combo kit 2, so you get everything I described here. You also get an
you.
extra gooseneck, the little adapter, you get the little clamp, which
Yeah,
is just handy for different things, and you get 2 lenses in that kit. So you got a good combination of different things you can do from both of these tables.
Yeah.
And
That
you
is,
also get
that is a
phone
lot
holder.
of stuff for 125 quid. And if anyone who's watching, where would you get it from if you're not at the show?
You're on gloforce.com.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I'll have a combo kit too.
You can have one, mate.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
So I know you like your quirky maker toys. Well,
I do indeed.
I've got a gift for you. So
Wow.
this is the very first edition maker knife from Giaco.
Wow, amazing.
So this is the silver maker knife. I've got myself a silver one and a black one.
Yeah.
And my gift to you is the very first edition. It's even got the ceramic blade inside of it.
Yeah, that
as
is
well.
mental.
So there you go.
Right, are you
My
sure?
gift, 100% my gift to you.
Have you seen this one here? Let me
What's
just show you
that?
this, right? The maker knife is like the iconic YouTuber tool, isn't it? One of the
Oh
first
yeah,
ones.
one of the first things that ever came out.
We just made this panel. I wanted to include the maker knife, and I was trying to twist Giaco's arm into setting me up with one. He sent me this one to lend, but I've got to send it him back. And I was going to have a blank space in that panel. And honestly, that is incredible that you've got one of those.
But I'm keeping the black one for myself, but there you go,
Yeah.
you've got the first edition for your wall.
That is such a cool knife. Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Thanks very
No
much,
worries,
Shaviv.
mate. Anytime.
Legend. Thank you.
No worries.
You posted on Instagram recently somebody heating up their spanners and
Yeah.
melting it into shadow foam.
Yeah.
Work? Good way of doing it?
Definitely not a good way. What have you done there? Yeah, talk me through it. That's amazing. Yeah.
Me in a toolbox for Christmas.
What a cool gift. I could do one, making one of those for my missus. She's just here, and one of the very early videos I did was all nail polishes. But that was in the old foam. I've not done anything recently with beauty stuff. I love that, that's great. What's your name?
Harry.
Harry, well done, Harry.
Been so many days of cutting toolboard foam.
Yeah?
Yeah, 'cause I'm sort of a field service engineer.
Right.
The amount of days and hours I spent through my rough career making toolboard out of just crap condensed foam.
Yeah.
And then I've seen this, and it saved me so much time.
Amazing, yeah.
It's so good. You say you're doing a talk later on?
In about 5 minutes, I've got to shoot over there. How you doing?
Yeah, really, really good. Really, love it, mate.
Yeah.
Actually, my brother's in South Africa. I sent it to him. He's now a fan as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, amazing.
Can I get a photo? Is that all right?
Of course, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really amazing
Thanks.
product.
There, nice to meet you.
I love your channel, mate.
Thanks. Oh, really pleased to hear that, yeah.
I bought something because of you.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Saw you demo that and I thought I've got to get one of those.
Yeah, they're good.
M4 Milwaukee screwdriver.
Oh, wow. That's their like new range of like little lithium red batteries.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So did you get that in the States?
My mate got it me.
Right, cool.
So yeah, he brought it back over. So it's locking mechanism there.
Yeah.
And the battery just pops out, you just twist it.
I've got one of the torches from this. Oh, actually, no, I've not.
For a battery.
Yeah.
The M4 tool we make.
Right, with that, yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so you can buy it over here on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like 400 quid.
Yeah.
But over there it's about 130 quid, something like that.
Yeah. And it's a little beast, is it? Because it's like, that's a pretty chunky battery, isn't it, for a tiny, it's like 2 amp hours on that. Yeah.
Right, good morning, NEC Birmingham. Hello and welcome to the opening of the second stage this morning. Let's have a big round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Look, we've got a great way to kick off today. This stage is being sponsored by Shadow Foam, and we have the creator of Shadow Foam himself, a massive YouTube channel, the master of tool tourism, here to talk you through a little demo and take any questions that you've got. Please put your hands together for Jonathan.
Hello.
What's the worst car crash moment that you've had where you've done something and thought that didn't really work the way I expected it to?
So we've never been kicked out of a store ever, and I've been in every tool store. I'll do a load of research before what roll of tool stores. First time ever, 3 months ago, we were in Sweden in a shop called Swedel, and it's very tricky to ask permission for filming sometimes, because in the small, very small stores, you can go in and you're going to talk to the staff and explain what you're doing. In the very big ones, there's so many staff, you lose 2 hours just with people all whipping around trying to find who can tell you, and before they've said it's okay, you're in and you're out. So we started filming, and then the chap came over and he was like, you've got to leave the store, delete the footage, and it was a bit like, oh, but you've got such good, cool, quirky tools. You know, we've got half a video in here. So we left the store. Walking around with the cameras does draw a lot of attention, because especially when you talk, and sometimes if I'm self-filming, you look like you're talking to yourself, but you've kind of just got to roll with it a little bit. Put me to work. Look at this. I only wandered over here to look at what they have for sale, and now I'm on the bike running the shredder.
No rest for the wicked, eh?
That's it, yeah.
What we'll do is we're going to add some lids. We want to chuck the lid in the top there.
Yeah.
And we're going to shred these down and we're going to granulate them.
Yeah.
So we can shred them up and make some fun goods.
Oh, I can feel one of them lids just went through. It got a bit harder.
Nice and crunchy. And whatever we make out of it,
yeah,
we can cut some shadow foam. It's got a new home in it.
Yeah, that's it. These are the two tools that brothers make, that Matt and Johnny have made for us. And these are both HDPE, I guess, aren't they? What do you reckon?
Yep, they're both HDPE.
With a little bit of a streak of white through both of them, so probably some of those lids. It turns into some amazing stuff. Over on your stand here,
yep,
I can see you've really expanded your range of things that you're making. A couple of standouts. You're getting into some quite big products. That's quite a big mold, isn't it?
Yeah, we've upped the size of our plant pots. Yeah, before our largest one was half the size. Yeah, so that's pretty good. We've introduced a few little bits. So we've got the reading mantas now, which is designed to help your thumbs. So when you're reading a book, and if you've got like fingers with your like dexterity and arthritis, it can really help you hold a book.
I really do. Audiobooks though, is that any help?
Unfortunately, that might not help, but you can spin it like a fidget spinner whilst you're listening.
Boom.
And we've expanded, you know, into different
this
pendants.
is cool, isn't it? I just like these little things allow people then to create their own build, isn't it? That's why I like the beads as well. You've got a few bits that are like parts of a bigger creation you can make.
Absolutely, and like the hooks, you know, that can go into a DIY space or just a children's like room, or you know, it can go into any kind of application.
And you sold out of the loops. I've seen a few people in solstice loops.
Yeah, we've been getting through a few today. They're always going to be popular, especially with you. You're one of our biggest fans of the loop.
They're just a nice shape. I think you guys have spoke about different styles of glasses.
Yeah.
And there's obviously so many different types.
It's a really good starting point for loops. I think it's a strong shape to go for.
Yeah, I love it.
Love all the videos.
Oh, amazing.
I watched the Harbour Freight one you did this morning.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really enjoyed that. I quite like watching you go to all, you know, all these different countries, different places, all the shops you go to, looking at all the tools, picking up all these really cool ones.
There's always, every shop never fails to deliver something a bit different, which is why it's worth like always looking. I really like the Proxxon stuff. If you're doing like really fine carbonatry, like really tiny micro stuff, it's crazy that you can get tiny, look at this is a tiny little table saw, like balsa wood, and it's all like on a miniature scale for miniature work. I see Proxxon a lot on my travels around Germany and around Europe, being a German brand or certainly European brand. Pretty cool. They've been mad on the colours, green and then like an off mustardy yellow, but you know, horses for courses. These are very realistic looking. Can I lift one up? Can I have a look? Don't know why I felt like they were going to be heavier. That is the one. It looks like, is that not the man in the iron mask? That's a Dr. Doom mask. I thought it was Gladiator for a second until I saw them out. They're awesome. These 3D printed. You wouldn't tell, it doesn't have like print lines or anything. It just looks like it's a mold or something, doesn't it? I don't think you can mimic nature that closely, that they must be real. Yeah. You can't get that iridescent kind of blue colour without having it on a butterfly.
So therefore I'll get a friend to prep.
Yeah.
It's a skill in itself, because it's when they're hydrated, it's like tissue paper, whereas you pin them, it's one of those, it's very delicate.
I can imagine, yeah, because the powder is where the magic is, isn't it? You can't knock that powder off.
Never actually met Rob. I love your channel though. I want all your stuff. I want to like your palette unboxing video.
Yeah, oh amazing, yeah.
So you love it.
Oh, we're just doing a bit of a walking tour of the show, looking at some of the stuff. So these are all like molds for making your own like resin creations and things.
Yeah, they are indeed. Yeah, so they come with the corresponding router template, so you can timber the exact size to fit into the mold, and then you...
Right, that's clever. Yeah. Then you remove what you want to replace with resin. Yeah. This is particularly nice, isn't it? When you can find like the natural edge and then create two pieces that.
So I made this one for this year's worth of shows to kind of show what you can do with the silicone molds.
Yeah, I really like that. That's amazing.
Come out quite nice, isn't it, with the divers like sunk into it.
Yeah, and they're like CNC laser cut as well to make.
Acrylic, they just cut for me, and then you did it in 2 pours, so fill half of resin, drop the divers in, let that cure a little bit, and then do a top up.
Yeah, I love that. And what's the story of that? Is that when you've cut lines? Oh no, it's cut all the way through actually.
So it didn't originally, so I went through 80% of the way on the table saw.
Right.
And then I sanded from the back to bring it out so that it looked like it did.
You've done well there then, because it definitely looks like you've gone all the way through.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare to have those, they'd be all floated around.
Absolutely, yeah. Really clever effect. That's really good.
Thank you, Obi.
I like it. Oh, nice one. Little Thor hammer. That one wouldn't make your hands very Thor, would it? It's a nice little light one for Lutheran. So this is Chicken Bone John. What a brand. How cool is that? Like little cigarette case guitars.
Parkside tunes for me.
Parkside's on the list. I'm going to do Parkside. I've already been buying some.
Watching you in bed last night.
All right, okay. Put you to sleep, did it? You were probably the first YouTuber that I was consistently watching.
Oh, thank you.
Right the way back to the gold AK-47, like that era of when
2013 I put that up.
Yeah, that was me watching it back then. And like I say, I remember talking to you about watching the Crash to Cash series. And it's like really early stuff, you know?
That goes way back.
You should do a car boot, you know.
What is that?
Yeah, so it's funny. In
trunk sale, like out of a car?
In the UK, you don't have garage sales really. A car boot is on a Sunday, everyone drives the cars down to a big field, a big farmer's field, and then they line up in rows and all open their boots.
Yeah.
With a table, and then you just walk down. And they're massive all over the UK.
Oh, I never heard of that. We basically do that, but you pull up with a trailer and a truck.
Yeah, oh, it's around an estate.
Yeah.
No, car boot sales massive in the UK. And also we have auto jumbles, which are very similar, but they're not as commonplace. But again, it's just vans full of crap. You'd love it, honestly. You could do a full series of Trash to Cash going around a car boot.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hello. Of course I can, yeah. Where would you like me to sign? What's your name? Spencer. You've got some great signatures here. Colin Furze, what a legend. Down here maybe?
Right.
Oh, here? Absolutely. Let me write Shadow Foam. Captain Shadow Foam.
I have 0 bass skills to my name, but I can play this bass perfectly every single time.
Okay, I can see the little speaker there. Is that part of the...
You're right. 30-watt custom-built speakers.
Wow.
Songs programs at the buttons.
Oh, I like this. It's like Guitar Bass Hero.
Kind of. But then it also has a hidden touchscreen.
Yeah.
It is a Raspberry Pi 5.
Oh, awesome.
Internally, so you can basically do whatever you like with this because it's pretty much just a computer.
Yeah.
You can play Doom. You can play Doom on my bass guitar. And it actually plays very nicely.
Love the videos.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
That's good.
I love when you go different abroad.
Yeah.
See what they've got.
It never fails to deliver.
You're normally the one giving us stuff. We're switching it around. You know the way I do coasters?
Yeah. That is cool. Have you done that by hand as well?
And then I even put your name on it.
Jono on the bottom, I love that. We'll have to get a photo of that, won't we?
I've got some else from Fluffy.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lighter bag now, dropping all this stuff up. 5. You are a proper. Right, you know the drill by now. Look at these.
No, Thomas, that one's got some stuff on the top of it, rather along the other ones.
Look, they look great. I love this. So have you burnt this effect onto the wood, or have you? Yeah. What a cool item for the giveaway that is.
That might turn to the egg. Come on, I tell him, stop hogging.
Yeah.
Don't hog things, mate.
There you go.
Oh my god, that's amazing, that is.
Oh, it's 7 years of video making, got that. Where would you like me to sign it? Just, okay, let me get a pen. Have I got one on me? Do you want me to go up here or here or? Okay, I'll put it up here. Oh, Green Stick Crafts have always got some pretty cool stuff. Let's have a look. We've got all sorts of vinyl and stencils, and obviously we're always on the lookout for tools. Different colour filaments. I can see some tools. Olfa's a pretty cool brand. I've looked at some of their Japanese knives before. In Europe, you quite often find Olfa. Rotary cutters, never really got on with them. Every time I've used one, I've kind of found that they don't do too well, but I don't cut fabric with it, so let's keep having a look. How you doing? You having a good show?
I am, yes.
You've been here for a bit, or you just got here?
I arrived at 10 o'clock. So
yeah.
I've done, 5 hours now.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, there's lots to see, isn't there? You can do a few laps round and see something different every time.
You don't do the Northern Tool Show, do you, at Harrogate?
I will be doing. It's on my list to go this year. I like Harrogate because it's out in the countryside, park outside the door and...
Yes, I send my wife off into Harrogate to shop.
Yeah, which is Harrogate's beautiful.
See what I've bought.
Yeah, no, it's good. Brilliant. What's your name?
John.
John. Oh, fellow John. Nice to meet you. Get your Tom Lamb, It's a Farmer merch. We'll put a link in the description. Looking clean, the wheelbarrow this year. You've upgraded to a proper trestle table this year, mate.
I actually stole it next door to your stand.
Legend.
Sorry.
You're getting better. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going with next year, because you've gone from wheelbarrow table. Next year, 2 wheelbarrows.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you just
bought a digger, look. This is the digger that dug the hole.
Is this the digger that got lowered down into the hole with the bucket?
There you can see there, look.
Perfect. And it made it safely back out the hole, so that's the main thing, isn't it?
It was that safe, Colin sat on it.
To be honest, your show is brilliant. I really love it. We're going to upgrade what the last tools you had to the better ones like you've had in the past.
Right, okay,
just for your watchers. So is it the 5?
Last year you hooked us up with 5 of these, didn't you?
Yeah, they're more of the put me in a toolbox.
Pocket bearer,
But this time we're going to give you the full setup one.
Amazing. So that's one that I've already got, isn't it? So I don't need one, so
you
5 for the giveaway.
5 for the giveaway. Just
amazing.
because I said I love watching your show, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
it is.
Thanks so much.
And when you go to all these different places, all these different tool places and the quirky tools, I guess brilliant.
Oh, thanks so much. Well, there you go. So you know what to do. If you want one of the Shaviv Deburrers, and this is the extendable model. So I had this last year and we talked about it on the channel, but we had a little giveaway of the smaller pocket one. It's leveled up. You've leveled us up.
Yeah, but I leveled you up because to be honest, it was on your, when you did it last year, we did get people contacting us from yourself. So it's like, why would I not do it?
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, that's what we're looking for, a win-win. So if you want one of these, get a comment down below, make sure you subscribe. But if you can't wait for the giveaway draw in a few weeks, you can also go to Xtreme Plasma. What's the website? XtremePlasma.com. And it's not just deburrers and deburring tools from Shaviv, it's also...
And full welders
and
plasma cutters, you name it, we do a lot. But absolute pleasure meeting you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Thanks very much.
There we are.
All YouTuber made stuff, which is nice.
All in Jono foam, which is also YouTuber made.
The new name for it, Jono foam.
Yeah. That's what I'm sorry. I should call it shadow foam more in the videos, shouldn't I?
It works well. When you put that bit of foam down the little crack, that was like flipping legendary.
Oh, Jono foam. We both
and you were like, oh, you love that.
Yeah, we can imagine you watching it just going,
yeah, it's in there. Keep sending it in. Keep sending it in. He'll use it for anything.
Jono foam will do. What, shadow foam in the hole? Oh, he's going to love that, isn't he?
I know you collect your
rulers.
Folding rulers, yeah.
Now I've got a ruler, it's a really old one.
Oh, amazing. That's a cool one.
Now, because of my disability now, I can't fold as much as I did.
Yeah.
And I've got 3 or 4 of those, so I thought, well, I know somebody who might want one.
Yeah. That's cool. Made in it. That's a made in England like Raboni one as well. So that's like a, that's cool.
And I did polish it up, well, cleaned it up a little bit because it was a bit tatty when I saw it, but I thought, I know somebody might want to use it.
Absolutely. That's a beauty. Yeah, that's amazing. Have you got one of our Zollstocks? Can I swap you? I'll get you one of ours. Nice to meet you, Stuart. I'll swap you for one of the Shadow Foam ones. Amazing.
I appreciate your video. It's actually nice to see it from someone that's beyond the tools perspective.
Yeah.
To go, well, this is how I've done it, and it helps us look into other things. Go,
Yeah.
I didn't know that tool existed. That's a nice way to store things, and it's just really helped us out in the long run.
Oh, yeah,
so
cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, thanks for the feedback, yeah.
When your video came out about Barcelona, I was just like, I've just been there.
Yeah.
I was like,
How's your eye doing?
It's a lot better now. I definitely needed to go back.
Oh, yeah.
Because they pulled another bit of debris out of it. And like, I woke up Saturday and everything was just blurry. And I'm like, this is going in the wrong direction. So,
I think you did well getting here. I thought I saw your comment. I thought, bloody hell, like the day before Makers, and you had a thorn in your eye. It's like the last thing you feel like doing, isn't it? Coming in, standing and talking.
So,
You've
but
got eyes bust. Well, you've done well.
Got to do it, haven't we?
You got to do it, and your eye looks all right now. So
it's getting better. Yeah. If I close that one, everything's still a little bit misty, but it's way better than what it was. So,
very, very good.
Right, I better get back to my stand.
You got your cereal spoon?
Got my big spoon.
Made in Germany.
Subscribe to John O'Foam. Rock on.
Right, so I'm back from Maker Central, and what a show. It was so busy at our booth this year. We didn't have a booth, actually. We had a trailer. We got an exhibition trailer from Facebook. Here's a picture of what it looked like. Here's a picture of it now. It looked pretty incredible. We got it fully wrapped by a local company, AST Signs, and it looked pretty amazing. All folded out. We had all foam inside it, and we had our Makers YouTube plaque right there, pride of place. And if you've not seen that video, we'll put a link up here. It was pretty cool. We took the Makers panel to the show, and it was basically all different makers and creators, YouTubers, and some of them were at the show. Jimmy Diresta, Colin, Furze. They were able to sign the plates, talk to us a little bit about their creations, and it was a pretty cool centerpiece that was super relevant to the show, which I love. It was great to meet some of you guys, some of the subscribers to the channel, some of the fans. I can't believe I'm saying that word, but there you go. Feels that way when I had so many people excited to come and meet me, give me some tools as well. I've had loads of amazing quirky tools given to me, so you guys' kindness is unbelievable. I was so buzzed to meet a load of you. Also, I've shown a few different Shadow Foam projects. I was able to have a look at what you've been using Shadow Foam for, so that was pretty exciting. This is the first year I've been invited to be a speaker at the show as well, which was a pretty daunting prospect, if I'm honest. It's quite different talking to a camera compared to actually being on a stage and answering questions and talking about foam and doing a live demonstration. But I think it went down pretty well. I ended up doing that on Saturday morning and Sunday morning, and I was expecting maybe 5 or 6 people there, and it ended up being every seat full in the place. It was pretty overwhelming, but I think it went well. And thanks to a load of our subscribers and viewers who came over asking questions. And it was so busy on the booth. I had so many people coming over to speak to me and order some Shadow Foam as well, because we were selling foam at the show and we sold a lot of it. So that was really exciting. I nearly didn't get a chance to do a tool hunt and have a look around the Maker show myself, but on the close of Sunday, the last few hours of Sunday, I managed to have a good look round, find some cool stuff, and it never fails to deliver. I found some really cool stuff, which I've got here to show you. But the big difference with this show is I was given a load of cool stuff. So I've got a whole host of pickups and items I purchased, some that I was given, and a pretty cool giveaway as well. So let's get into it. I'll show you everything I picked up at Maker Central, everything that was given to me as well, which is pretty exciting. I've got a load of new Zollstocks for the collection, and as always, this Tough System toolbox was on our trailer, and I've got some Tough System inserts already in here, 250mm ones. So as I go through and show you what I picked up, we'll get it organised in Shadow Foam, and then at the end, I'll cut everything in, show you how easy and satisfying it is to get all your tools organised in Shadow Foam, which if you don't know, is a product that I developed and invented, and it's the ultimate toolbox organiser. So let's get straight into it. I'll show you everything I got from Maker Central this year.
All right, show me what you got.
So let's kick things off by updating the Zollstock collection. Now I'm currently on 61 Zollstocks, and for anyone not in the know, a Zollstock is the German word for folding ruler, and essentially I collect 2-meter folding rulers. Now you guys delivered at the show, and I had a lot of different Zollstocks given to me, starting off with 5 from Janosch. So he brought over 5 pretty cool Zollstocks. So it's nice to see these bright colour ones. I don't have many of these in my collection. So we've got a bright green Phoenix Contact one. We've got a bright yellow tbsonline.de. I'm not sure what that is, but it's obviously a German website. And we've got Sonopar, Cop, and then Hagar, which is like an electrical components company. So that's 5 really cool 2-meter Zollstocks for the collection. I also got one with a Liebherr logo. This was from Damien, I think it was. And pretty cool this, because Liebherr is one of our customers. They've had a lot of foam over the years. They're similar to JCB in that they have loads of like diggers and dumper trucks and cranes, stuff like that, heavy duty equipment. Then I got given this pretty cool one. This is K2, and apparently there's a website in Germany. If you spend over 150 quid, you get a free Zollstock. And the gentleman who gave me this has placed a lot of different orders on the website, and he had a spare one going, which is pretty cool. And this is a nice quality one as well, a nice Adger, really cool one. So that puts us at 66, 67, 68. This one is a pretty exciting one because it's a classic British made or English made Rabone folding ruler. So it's not the same style I collect, the Zollstocks, the 2-meter folding ones, but I've got a very special drawer for all of the quirky Zollstocks that are slightly different to this. I've been keeping those in a separate collection because at some point we can do a video of the most unusual Zollstocks out there, the most unusual folding rulers. So this will definitely be going into that collection. Maybe something to do with vintage British made tools as well, because this is a really nicely made Rabone folding ruler, and I believe Stuart cleaned this up specially for me. He had a couple spares in the workshop and he wanted to give me this one. So thank you very much. And it doesn't stop there too, because we had another little legend who brought me 3 Zollstocks. Now he's a regular attendee at Make Essential, so I've met him before, but this time he came wielding Zollstocks. And it was a good mix because we've got this one here, which is a Frank. This is a classic, and I believe he's been keeping his eyes peeled as he goes around different shops and antique centres looking out for Zollstocks for me. So thank you very much for that. It's a really nice one. Brand, I think it's Rank. It looks like Frank on first inspection, but actually it's Rank. Woundbau, so it's from Germany. But he also dropped off this little beastie. So it's a little folding Zollstock to go on my keys, and another classic Zollstock. So this one is a little beauty, and again it can go with all of the different unusual quirky folding rulers that I've been collecting. So thank you very much for those. And I'm not quite finished there either, because it seems like I can't go anywhere now without finding a Zollstock or being given one. And about a week and a half previous to the Make Essential show, I was at an event called E-commerce Camp, where other business owners and e-commerce companies share advice and tips on how to grow their businesses. It was a great event, and one of the other attendees there knew who I was, knew I collected Zollstocks, and had brought this for me. Now he has a company called Any Brand where they customise Zollstocks, so it's pretty cool that he had one with him ready for me. Now obviously we've got a customised Zollstock, and if you want a shadow foam Zollstock, there'll be a picture of one just below this video. You can pick one of these up from the website, and we'll put a link in the description as well. And the shadow foam Zollstock's got nice red ends on it. It's a really good quality one. You can't be without a folding ruler. These things are not just a great tool, but also a great little fidget to have in your pocket as well, because they just function so nicely. So that's the Zollstock collection, brought nicely up to date. Let me show you the tools I picked up. Right now, first off is another legend called Tom, who brought me a few quirky, interesting tools. Now let me talk you through them, because I was pretty excited about this. Not only did he bring me a few cool tools, he also brought me a cool tool for a giveaway, which you just can't beat that. We are getting to whole new levels of exciting on this channel. The fact that you guys are getting involved with the quirky tool hunting and the giveaways, it just blows my mind, to be honest. So Tom brought over a few items. This is a screwdriver from Ideal, which is a totally new brand on me. It's a US brand. This is made in the USA, and it just reminded me of the Klein screwdrivers. And it's like a translucent handle with the rubber grips, a really good quality one. But the thing that made this a bit quirky is it's not your typical Phillips screwdriver. It's got a squared off end. And Tom was explaining to me that these are for panels and for making sure you're not stripping the threads on MCBs and stuff, which is pretty cool. Now he also gave me another tool from America, and this is a classic Craftsman made in the USA. So before Craftsman rebranded and they're red and they're all in Lowe's now, I think they were available in Sears, and they were all mostly made in the USA. This is one of the really classic examples. So this is like a speed wrench that'll do from 7mm to 11mm. So it's a pretty cool thing to add to the collection, this, because I've got a couple of new Craftsman tools, but I also have a pair of their auto lock-in mole grips. Now I picked these up from Delaware Tool Exchange, which was like a second-hand tool dealer in Delaware that I visited, and hopefully this is the start of a pretty cool USA made tools collection with some really special bits in it. So let me know if you'd like to see USA made tools, because I think these are part of that conversation. Craftsman is one of those exact brands. Now there was also this nail gripper. This was a totally new one on me, and it says right there front and center, manufactured in the UK, and it's for holding nails to take your fingers away and hitting them with a hammer. So pretty cool little thing. And again, something a bit new on me, that nail gripper made in the UK. And it didn't stop there, because we also had this little keyring spanner, which again, quirky little design from 8mm up to 25mm. Now this isn't a spanner, although it might function as like a little spanner for light duty. I think this is like a nut measurer, so you can check what size is the spanner that you need to make sure you get the right one and just save you a bit of time. And it's got Imperial on the back, metric on the front. Quirky little item for your keyring this. I thought that was really cool, and again, something I'd not seen before. Now, final item from Tom was one of these. It's like a carabiner with 1/4" bit adapters. And basically, rather than having your 1/4" screwdriver bits in a plastic holder where they're all jammed in, you can actually have them now all on your belt. And these things are becoming more and more popular. And it was pretty cool that Tom dropped one off, because he didn't just drop off one, he dropped off an additional 5. So the idea of this is that you can clip it to your belt, and then instead of having like driver bits in like a plastic holder, or you can see this little clip here, they can literally just clip into these. They just quick release clip into these little holders. And obviously you can have them color coded, but you can have all different bits in there. You could have like a deburring tool or a countersinker, or just different screwdriver bits. And it just makes life a little bit easier, especially if you're working on a ladder or you've got your hands full and you need to be able to switch maybe from a pilot drill to a screwdriver bit. You can just have everything hanging off those at your side, and you know you can't lose any, they can't fall off. There's no danger of them, especially if you're up a ladder, falling off. But if you need one, you just push that out, pull the bit out, switch it out, put the one that's in your impact driver in the holder, and they're just really cool. They're not very expensive, these things, as well. The first one I saw was from Armeg, which is a British brand. They are a specialist in making the actual driver bits themselves and the cutting bits and the consumables, but they have released their own version of a little belt clip with these quick release holders. So a pretty cool item for me to have, but not just me, because like I said, Tom dropped off 5 extra. So that is awesome. We've already got a few bits from the show for the giveaway, but having these as well make it an absolute beastly little bundle. So if you want to get involved in that, as always, just drop a comment down below this video. Let me know any of the tools that stand out to you. Let me know if you're at the Maker Central show. Maybe you missed me. Maybe we had a chat. Let me know. All those comments down below. I read them all. I reply to as many as I can, and you'll be entered. As long as you've subscribed to the channel, you'll be entered into the giveaway, and then we'll pick 5 winners. We'll put a link up here. You'll be able to see all of the previous giveaways we've done, and no matter where you are in the world, we'll ship this little bundle out to yourselves. So there's no reason to not get involved. Drop a comment down below. But that is everything from Tom, but I'm not finished yet. A few other bits I was given were a pencil from Welsh Thomas. This was pretty cool. I think he's made this himself, and it's ready to be sharpened, but you've got a lead all the way through the middle. Next up was a tool from a long-time viewer, Neil Smith. I see your comments regularly, Neil, and it was great to meet you in person. And he gave me this Pro Kit multi-tool, and apparently this isn't available in the UK anymore, but he did a load of research and he struggled to find any other multi-tools with a torch on them like this. So this is a pretty cool, nicely made multi-tool by Pro Kit. It's the MS325. It's a nice size. It's quite a small, compact little pocket multi-tool, and it's got this torch on it. It's pretty bright for how small it is. I've got a few multi-tools. I'm quite partial to a good quality multi-tool, and I think a little bit of a match-up of some of the best and maybe some of the worst multi-tools would be quite a cool thing to see. But if you know of any weird or wonderful multi-tools, maybe some that have some obscure uses, let me know in the comments, because I think if I can get a collection of those going together, I'd love to do a match-up and find maybe the most unusual multi-tools. But I think this one would definitely be in the mix. So thanks for that one, Neil. Now, a couple of other items I picked up or I was given. James from Project Air, one of his first pieces of merch. It's like a 3D printed keyring, but it's got plywood on the back. So I think he's printed over the top of plywood, which is pretty cool, but it's a nice little keyring. Definitely wanted to support James's first booth and first batch of merch, which was pretty cool. And that's what Maker Central's all about, supporting other makers and creators. On that theme, I had to support another small creator you may or may not have heard of, Mr. Colin Furze. Now, obviously, I'm not only just friends with Colin, I've sorted him out with some foam in his workshop, but I'm also a big old fan of his channel and what he's doing. And I couldn't help but get over to the Colin Furze shop and get a few items. So I won't show you those first, but I got 6 of this item. I also got one of his new pieces of artwork signed by Colin himself and one of his t-shirts. We'll put a link to the Furze shop down below. And while I was over at Mr. Furze's booth, Tom Lamb, the legend, hooked me up. We did a bit of a swap. He had a Shadow Foam hoodie and I had a Tom Lamb He's a Farmer t-shirt. So we'll put links to both their shops down below. But that was a little bit of my own personal shopping, plus another jar of Furze's dirt. I've got one of his first jars, and I think this may be one of his last. Felt like that was like bookends, first and last jars of dirt from Colin. And here I picked up one of his new mugs, and I didn't just buy one. As always, I was on the lookout for something for the giveaway, and I thought this is great. T-shirts aren't too bad, but one size doesn't fit all with t-shirts, whereas a mug, one size fits all. So I got the Furze Mining Company mug, got one for myself and another 5 for the giveaway. So I think that does start rounding it out into a nice little bundle there. So if you want a mug, you know what to do. But that's me supporting a smaller creator. So go and subscribe to Colin. I was also given a handmade gift by Thomas and Jacob, 2 legends that visit me every year at Maker Central. And this year they made me a coaster, and this is pretty cool. It's pallet wood that they've used a hot torch on it to get this really cool effect on this pallet wood. They've engraved it with my name, Jonnet, and the Shadow Foam logo, which is pretty awesome. And I think then they've printed and then managed to lacquer their logo onto the back of it. So pretty epic work, guys. I'm loving that. And you can tell they've been watching the channel, because they didn't just give me this. They did a pretty cool giveaway reveal on me. They gave me this one, and they said, we didn't just bring you 1, we brought you 5 for the giveaway, which was awesome. So thanks very much, boys. These round out the giveaway perfectly. So with the Colin Furze mug, you also get a handmade coaster, which looks awesome. And I think that perfectly summarizes what Maker Central is all about. It's about making things, being creative, and getting everybody involved, which is awesome. So thanks very much, boys, Jacob and Thomas. And also, your dad, Scott, dropped me off some of his very own Menyn Pren wood butter. And I think Menyn Pren means wood butter in Welsh, and I probably butchered that. I am partial to making some stuff, but I'm not very good at finishes and coatings and waxes and stuff like that. So I think this is a pretty good coverall for any wood. So I'll be using that on the next project. Right, so that's everything I was given, barring one item, which I'll show you at the end. It was pretty exceptional, not because of just how cool it is, but how rare it is. This thing is like a hen's tooth, and I was blown away to be given one, but I'll show you that at the end. Now, let me show you everything I found on my tool hunt, having a look around the show. Showtime. And every tool show, there's always something interesting to find, and Maker Central is no exception. This is the first little beastie I found. This was at the Charnwood booth, I believe. A little happy chap called Charlie was talking me through some of the tools, and they've apparently been selling Shogun tools for a while, but it's a new brand on me. Pretty sure I've not come across Shogun before, but I may have come across tools maybe made in the same factory. The Silka Pocket Boy and the Tajima pocket knives. I've got both of those, and they're very similar looking to this, but I've not seen this model. This is a 2-in-1 pocket saw made by Shogun. It was pretty reasonably priced. It'd be pretty handy if it was just a small pocket size wood saw, which is pretty nice. But this thing is 2-in-1, so it's got a knife in it as well, and it's not just any knife. Let me show you how sharp it is with a bit of paper. Now, anyone who's testing knives and sharpness of knives on YouTube and demonstrating like how well they've sharpened something does this test, but it's a bit of a new one on me, to be fair, so let's give it a go. So essentially, it should just cut through this without any effort. It's like butter. Now you try doing that with a blunt knife, or with a, not even a blunt knife, but like not so much of a sharp knife. I think you will struggle to get those little thin shavings off. Pretty impressive. This isn't like a pointed knife, it's like just a sharp edge, which for me would make it a lot easier to sharpen as well and keep that edge really, really razor sharp all the time. Feels a little bit more like a cutthroat razor for shaving than anything, but really nice quality thing, and I was really happy to discover a new tool, something I'd not seen before. So that is the Shogun pocket saw, 2-in-1. Let me clear all this out of the way and show you my next pickup.
Neat and tidy.
Next up was a pack or a bundle from Gloforce. Now Gloforce is basically a whole line of attachments for a really bright rechargeable torch light, and they had numerous little bundles you could get with flexi arms and kits, and it's not just a light, you've also got like a magnifying attachment. So I ended up going for the top bundle because I just think this is such a handy little kit, and I'll show you why.
A few minutes later.
So this is the Gloforce Bundle 2, which is pretty comprehensive because you've got a couple of means of attaching this. So let me talk you through what a Gloforce is. Essentially, it's all built around a 1/4 inch or 3/8 system. So it's very similar to the 1/4 inch nut that you have on the bottom of a camera or any sort of camera equipment. You have a 1/4 inch thread, and you also have a 3/8 thread. There's two different sizes. And essentially, the Gloforce system is using the same fitment, but you've got these flexible arms. On the end of this flexible arm, I've got attached right now a really powerful magnet, but I can unscrew that and attach a smaller, less powerful magnet if I wanted to. Or we've also got like a clamp for the side of a workbench, which you could just screw on, or this is like a tube clamp. I like this magnet because it's quite light. It doesn't feel that powerful, but I tell you what, this thing is surprising how strong it is. You know, I was looking at this on the booth and it really does clink on, and it's not going anywhere. You also get this little plate so you can use it on any surface basically, but it will magnet to like a steel bench or a girder or anything. And then we've got this first leg here with a 3/8 thread on each end, and then you also get in the bundle too like a splitter, which is one piece of steel which essentially takes one and splits it into two arms. And on here you can have the 1000 lumen light, which is like a lithium battery in it, and you can recharge it. You can have that pointing wherever you need it. And then in the pack came like a magnifying lens. There's actually two lenses, a smaller one and then this bigger one, and then you can obviously set that up wherever you're working. If you're doing some soldering or you're doing some wiring work, whatever you're doing basically, you can have a light right where you need it, which is just a pretty cool setup. And I was quite impressed with it really. All the different options, you can go as you'd expect because it's all standard fitment, standard 1/4 inch fitments. You can go as long as you want with these flexible arms. You can use it in all sorts of ways, probably even mount cameras and GoPros on the same arms. So you can have a light and a camera. So it's a pretty cool system. And the guy on the booth who created Gloforce was called Guy. What a legend. So if you need any of the Gloforce stuff, we'll put a link in the description and get in touch with Guy, who is my guy for Gloforce. Another tool I picked up at the show was from friend of the show, Rob at Xtreme Plasma. Now we saw Rob at last Maker Central and he hooked us up with a small deburring tool, and not just one, but 5 for the giveaway. And he also gave me a kind of ceramic deburrer for 3D prints, which was really kind of him then. But this time he's gone one up and he's given us one of the new Shaviv deburrers, which is like a long reach deburrer. So my one, which is in the wall behind me, I've had for many, many years. And I think I got mine originally from the Rarest catalogue. And it's just a great quality deburrer. All of the different deburring ends are in the handle. and it just functions really well. So I've always been happy with that. But this new one from Shaviv is like an extending one. So if you're reaching down a pipe or you're reaching somewhere that's a little bit more difficult, this is a ratcheting arm that slides out about maybe 5 inches, how long that is. And then same again, the deburring tips can go in the handle. And this kit that he's hooked us up with here has got a full pack of 10 blades for the deburrer. And as you can see, he's hooked us up with 5 of these, which really does make this an epic bundle. These aren't cheap deburrers. These are really nicely made, good quality ones. And with a pack of 10 bits, this is a really, really kind gesture from Rob. So thanks very much for hooking us up with these, Rob. And that does round out a pretty amazing giveaway. So as always, get a comment down below. Don't miss out on this one because this is an epic little haul with some really cool tools, plus a Furze mug. They're pretty limited edition as well, so they won't last for a long time. So make sure you get your comments down below. But that does bring me to the last most exceptional item from the show, and that is a Giaco whatever maker knife. This thing is pretty special because this is now mine. And it wasn't very long ago did we do the YouTube tools video, and Giaco, who invented the maker knife, sent me one from his own personal collection, but he said, I haven't got any to spare, you're gonna have to send it back to me. So sadly, that one has had to go back to Giaco, but by sheer coincidence, the legend Jamie Page from JP Woodworking, brought this to the show to give me, and he didn't even know we'd made the YouTuber tool panel. He didn't know that I had a Diresta maker knife. He just told me that he backed the original Kickstarter campaign about 5-6 years ago, I think it was. I think it might have even been longer than that, and essentially bought 2. So he's got one that he uses, and this one has always been his spare, and it's just been sat in the box, and he felt like it would be a great tool for me, and he wanted to give it to me. So thank you so much, JP. This thing is absolutely amazing, and it's got one of the ceramic utility blades in it too. So this looks like metal, but it's actually a ceramic blade, which is pretty cool as well. So this is exceptional for those 2 reasons. And this is going to be pride of place in the YouTube panel, because sadly that YouTube panel did have a blank slot in it, because I cut the maker knife in, assuming that it'll just be blank until Giaco releases his next batch of knives, which we don't know when they're coming, but he has assured me that at some point he will be relaunching the maker knife. So that was pretty exciting and a massive coincidence. So thank you very much, JP, and thank you to everybody who brought me quirky tools and things for the giveaway. It was such a cool show, and it's exciting to see where the channel's going, and that you guys are as excited about quirky tools and interesting tools as I am. So it's pretty energizing, to be honest. It was a great show. But at this point, I think it is time that I cut some of these items into the shadow foam and show you how easy it is to get your tools organized. So I've got a pretty cool layout going here. I think I'll add a few more items, but let's get it all cut. Right, so there we go. I've cut everything into the foam, and that's a lovely little homage to the Maker Central show this year. I've got a bit of everything in there, including a couple of Makers coins that I didn't mention actually. A lot of the creators will make these little coins and then trade them at the show. So I got this one from KK Makes, another friend of the channel I've seen a couple of times at a couple of shows, and then a new one, NFC. This guy Sean Kennedy, he does like tree houses and stuff. It's pretty cool. So I got that in there. Put the little mini Zollstock and the classic Raboni Zollstock, and a Diresta's tag as well. Diresta left us a tag, and as you'd expect, it fits perfectly inside the Tough System drawers, making a pretty cool organizer of all my pickups from Maker Central. And shadow foam is super easy. All you do is lay out the items where you want them to go, cut around them with a scalpel that's included in the cutting kits that come free with nearly all orders at shadowfoam.com, and then you peel back the foam layers to create the ultimate toolbox organizer. And it's not just tools you can organize accessories, camera gear, anything you want to protect and organize is super easy with shadow foam. It comes in 10 different colors, loads of different inserts for all of the toolboxes on the market, or big old value packs, multiple sheets at a really great price, and some big old medium sheets as well. Loads of options, all at shadowfoam.com. We're not quite finished because I've been told we have one surprise parcel. Apparently, someone couldn't make it to the show, but they wanted to send me something, so it arrived in the post whilst we were filming. That is how hot off the press this item is. It's got some shadow foam stickers on it, so I'm guessing they're a customer because they've got some cool shadow foam logos. Let's have a look what it is. Oh, there's a letter in here too, that's good. So it says, "Hi Jonathan. Only been watching your YouTube for a couple of months and I'm loving the unique tools you find. Think I've gone back at least 2 years of videos." Glad to hear that, that's great. Totally different videos from 2 years ago, but I'm glad you've enjoyed them. "I've already planned where the tool shops are when I go to Romania in June." That's a country I'd like to go to, Romania. "Let me know what you find and then I'll know whether I need to visit there. We have recently met at the Maker Central. We did record a clip together of my Milwaukee M4 screwdriver." I know you, I know exactly who you are. Yes, so your M4 screwdriver was the pretty rare one. It was the unusual battery they only make for the screwdriver. screwdriver. That was pretty cool, actually. After that, I went to order my first bit of shadow foam for my pack out and getting some for my Snap-on toolbox too. Your staff are amazing and so helpful. I got to speak to your wife and I showed her what I've been making and she loved the idea of sending you one and it should go well with a project you're doing soon. Well, that's intriguing. Hope to meet you again. Many thanks, Lewis at King Louis Tools. Amazing. Right, well, I'm well intrigued what this is then. Let's have a look. So you've made this yourself and you've been making a few of them. That is awesome. That is really cool. So I remember you showed me some of your Snap-on tools at the show, Louis, and the fact you were looking for everything green, you were getting certain bits sent over from America because they didn't have them in green. But this is pretty cool. I don't think I've seen a Snap-on bottle opener, but I'm guessing you've used the handle from maybe a pick or something, one of the smaller pick sets. I think you can buy Snap-on handles on their own, so maybe you've sourced the individual handles and then put on a really cool bottle opener. I love that. That is really, really cool. So thank you very much. And straight away, it's in a video. So you know it's been included. Sadly, I'd already cut the foam when this arrived, but I am doing a Snap-on video very soon, actually. I visited a Snap-on store in the Netherlands and found some pretty cool things. That video is coming very, very soon, and this can happily go alongside the other Snap-on tools I've got. So thanks very much, King Louis Tools, and thank you everybody for watching. Last reminder, make sure you drop a comment down below, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then you will be entered into the giveaway. And that is a pretty incredible bundle of not just handmade things and a mug, but you've also got some amazing tools in there. You've got the little belt clip with the bit adapters and a Shaviv deburring tool. Big thanks to Xtreme Plasma for that as well. That was a pretty cool tool to chuck in the mix. So get involved with the giveaway, drop a comment. But what an amazing show. It's always a huge undertaking getting to the Maker Central show, and getting the trailer sorted this year was really up to the wire. So thanks to AST Signs for sorting that out, getting the van fully wrapped just in time for the show. We only got it back a few days before, and then I was able to add the finishing touches. Big thanks to my team. It was amazing to have the biggest team we've ever had at a shadow foam show, including my wife, as Louis mentioned. She was smashing it on the orders, making sure all of the orders went through smoothly and everybody received their orders. Thanks to all the subscribers and viewers who came to meet me at the booth, some of them dropping off tools, some of them just having a chat and showing me some pictures of their projects. So it was a pretty epic show. I loved every minute of it. Maker Central is every year and the dates are already locked in for next year. So if you'd like to meet me, get those comments down below. Would you like to see us go back to Maker Central? So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching and we'll see you next time.